Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online, Shadowbringers. In the last episode, we launched our assault on the Eorzea forces at Laxan Loft. We're able to knock most of them out, fought through the rest, reached Minfilia, here, this world's Minfilia, and we're able to release her from the Eorzea forces, and as we were trying to extricate ourselves from the battle, we ran into Ranjit, fought him, couldn't beat him, were forced to retreat, and have arrived here in Ilmeg, which apparently is where the old kingdom of Verbert used to be, but is now occupied by the Fey folk, in particular the Pixies. And apparently even Eorzea doesn't want to come here, but this happens to be where Eorzea is hanging out. But the Pixies tend to be a bit mischievous, and they like to mess with the minds of people who come here, and they've already done so with Thancred and Minfilia. Apparently, they can't remember the way to where Eorzea is staying. So we have to deal with that. So that's kind of where we are at right now. So let's go ahead and get right to it. We'll go ahead and talk to Thancred and see what it is we're going to need to do here. Alright, Thancred is trying to think of a way out of the present predicament. Alright. As it stands, we cannot hope to find the way to Eorzea. For that, we must convince the Pixies to lift the spell. From what I could make of the voices, the creatures want to play with us. If that is the case, they should permit us to find their village, Lida Laran. Come, I have a sneaking suspicion this path will lead us directly to their midst. Oh, and I should mention that Minfilia has been informed of our situation, of the different worlds and our mission. You may consider her an ally. Okay, so she knows what's going on. Alright, I did already go ahead and attune myself to the Aetheryte here at Lida Laran, because I went ahead and took care of all the side quests in Lakeland, so I can now fly in Lakeland. And we are now level 73 on the Dark Knight. And I've also gone ahead and made sure to keep the Warrior leveled up as well. So Warrior is level 73 with a pretty similar level of EXP to the Dark Knight. So I'm keeping that up. Oh, there is a Fate over there with an EXP bonus. I'll be running the Fates off screen as well, just because, you know, they take a lot of time and don't really progress things much. Alright. Thancred. Well, here we are. The Pixies are nowhere to be seen. Knowing them, their games have already begun, in which case, Yame, there's a variety of plant native to these parts with a distinctive furled tip. Looking Grass is its name, so called because it can be used to spy pixies, believe it or not. I'll explain how I know all this later, but first I need you to help me find some. If a voice calls to you, under no circumstances should you respond. You will only subject yourself to further mischief. Very well. Alright, let's go ahead and look for this. You search the scrub, but find nothing resembling Looking Grass. Suddenly, a voice rings out. Greetings, mortal. What is your name? We were told not to respond. Oh, you don't have a name? How very, very sad. I could have so much fun with it. Okay. Let's check this other scrub over here. You search the scrub but find nothing resembling looking grass. Suddenly a voice rings out. What is it that you seek, child? Perhaps I can help you find it. We'll just keep our mouths shut. Such a rude child and too clever by half. I shall seek my fun elsewhere. Good. Alright, searching the scrub, you find what appears to be looking grass. Suddenly a voice rings out. Ooh, a visitor. Where are you from, pray tell? Keeping my mouth shut. Perhaps this one's hard of hearing. Ahem, what brings you here? Again, quiet. Stone deaf. How boring. Still, picking plants at our village is as good as indulging our hospitality. And who are we to turn you away? Stay a while. Stay forever. Your body begins to feel heavy. Okay, well, they put... They put heavy on me for 50 seconds. Alright, well, that's a thanker to know we found what we needed. I think you met with some trouble. Apologies for subjecting you to that. Can I assume from your presence you managed to find us some looking grass? It appears we have. Yes, this is the stuff. Thus armed, we should be able to see through the Pixie's veil of invisibility, and seeing them is the first step to dealing with them. Come, let us gather everyone and put Eorzea little trick to good use.
Farasitha, Krakleath.
No! We are found! How did this mortal know our trick?
Wait! I recognize their souls. These two have been here before.
Look! Look! Twins! How adorable!
Oh!
Play with us!
We have neither the time nor inclination to play. We have come to see Eorzea.
Oh yes, Eorzea, the peculiar one. In return for a place in Elmeg, he agreed to a riddle contest with us for 7 days and 7 nights without any sleep.
Oh, that was so much fun! We must do it again!
I'm sure he'd be delighted. Now, if you'd be so kind as to lift your spell.
Shall we?
Should we?
Would we?
What now?
I don't know, but this is their home, so we must indulge them.
Right, we've made up our minds. We will lift our spell on one condition, that you first lend us a helping hand. Or 2, or 3. Once you've helped solve all of our troubles, we'll let you see Eorzea, Pixie's honor.
Well, there you have it. Pixie chores. I suggest we split up.
Alright, so I guess we're gonna have to do some busy work for the Pixies. Alright, so what do we got? Alright, so we have the main story quest, which is what we need to do. We have some side quests, which I'm going to avoid for now. We do have one that will get us an ether current. Alright. So I'll probably pick that side quest up and just do it as we go. Alright, here's Suluin, I guess is how you say that. Ooh, look at me, look at me. I have a task for you. Lida Loran is our beloved village, and we want it to always look lovely, and it can't look lovely without flowers blooming, and no flowers bloom lovelier than Everblooms. So here are some Everbloom seeds. Take them and sow them here, there, and everywhere around the village. Simple as a dimple, yes? Very well. Yeast Lala over here. What does this one want me to do? I'm so hungry I may faint. Fruit. A little fruit will set me aright. Will you go and fetch some for me? Just outside the village you'll find a hillock. 2 great bell trees grow there. If you give them a shake, they should render up their sweet, succulent burdens. Very well. And the other actual quest is over here. And this place is oppressively bright, even for the first. Alright, Ol Sigyn. Mortal, hear my plea. Our precious children are thirsty, and I need you to bring them water. Who are our children, you ask? Why, they are the leaf men you see standing around about our village. Adorable, aren't they? I guess these things. Now, you'll need to go to Longmere Lake to draw the water. Once you have it, see that our children have a good drenching. Oh, but be warned, the Fuath make their home in the lake. They tend to play rough, so have care. Alright. There's actually a place here that we're going to sow seeds, I believe. This is where we're doing this. I can't wait for the flowers to bloom. Perhaps I'll make pretty curtains out of them. Alright. Now, there is that one other quest. Land Ken here. Actually, I'm going to hold off on that one. We'll just do the main story stuff for now. Alright, so Everbloom seeds are on Lida Loran. Alright. That's 2 of 3. There's the third one down there. Alright, helping us grow flowers, are you? They'll make this house look so much lovelier. There used to be a city of mortals here, a great big bustling place called Verbert, or Burvert, or some such, but the Sin Eaters came and everyone disappeared. Since then, we Pixies have been living here. We've given the old houses our touch. Lovely, don't you think? Alright. So that's one of these down. Guess we'll go ahead and turn this in while we're here. Alright, you're done sowing the seeds. Thank you. This shall help Lila Laron live up to its name, which means Flower House, in case you weren't aware. We weren't always here, you know. We used to live deep in a lush forest. It was beautiful beyond compare, but almost all of it was swallowed up by the light. For a while we roamed, but eventually we found a place that men had abandoned. Together with our fellow Fey folk, we decided to make it our new home. A land of everlasting spring. This is our home, and it could be yours too, forever and ever and ever. No thanks. Alright. Next order of business is going to be these over here. Obtain fruit from the bell trees. Yep, there's one of them. How much do you want to bet? This is not going to be that simple. A bug comes slumping down with the fruit. Indeed. Alright. There we go. One down. Alright, another bug. Done. Okay, now we just need to go get some water from the lake. And apparently we need to be careful of the Fuoth. There. Yep, there are some buildings that appear to be in the water. Alright. Deal with the Fuoth here. Done. Give the water to the leaf men. Alright. That's 0 of 2. Okay, so there's 2 of them we need to water. Oh, hold on just a second. Rose Bear here is a hunt target. Want to get that thing off my back first. Alright, yep, just need to kill one of them. Good. Alright, so both of these are done. Let's go ahead and turn them in. Alright, you've given water to our children. Thank you ever so much. They're all very dear to us. They wandered into Ilmeg as stray mortals, but we grew attached to them and decided to take them in. You and yours would have been our children too, but the enchantment didn't catch as well as we'd hoped. It's never too late, of course. So yes, all of these little bushes here that have faces and stuff on them, they used to be people. Until they were turned into bushes by the pixies. So yeah. Rather disturbing. Alright. So we got the fruit. Alright, there it is. Oh, thank you ever so much. You saved me. Yeah, saved me from my boredom. You should have seen the look on your face when the bugs came down. You've done me a great service, mortal. If there's one thing we pixies are serious about, it's having fun. Dull and painful things? Hate them. Sin eaters are dull and painful both, so I hate them especially. You mortals try to fight those monstrosities, but there's no fun in that. Best to avoid them altogether, we say. Alright. Let's let Thancred know we finished our tasks. Thancred looks just like you feel. Okay. How goes it, Ayame? So a mix of menial tasks and pranks. Yes, that pretty much sums up my own experience. I have no troubles worthy of the name. How long are we supposed to keep at this? They're clearly playing with us. Indeed, whenever I inquire how much more there is to be done, their answer is ever the same, a little. I doubt they have any intention of releasing us in the near future. Eorzea once told me a story about the pixies. They're born from the souls of those who died as children, or so it's believed. Though they don't have memories of their previous lives, the desire to have fun remains imprinted on their souls. And so they live only to play, keeping hapless mortals for their pleasure for years on end, sometimes even until death. In the past, when I sought to identify the true nature of ghosts, I came upon literature examining a similar subject. The soul was likened to a core that resides in the ether, and its presence is what differentiates us from such beings as sprites and arcane entities. Upon death, said core ordinarily dissipates alongside the ether that composed the flesh. However, it may be held together and bound to the corporeal realm either by the will of its owner or by means of certain arts. In time, the soul may regather ether unto itself to assume another form, or find newly emerged life in which to abide. The Pixies may be one such instance of this. If ghosts are merely souls without bodies, what does that make us? I think you become that which you fear most, brother dearest. However the Pixies may have come into being, if we leave them to judge when they are satisfied, they will never be satisfied. Now we must negotiate new terms with the creatures, but where to begin? It seems to me we would need at least one among them to sympathize with us. In the course of your chores, did any of you encounter a pixie who seemed even fairly amenable to reason? Oh yes, Feo Ol. What, you knew a pixie from before? Not only are you acquainted, but you entered into a pact? You might have mentioned this sooner. At any rate, I dare to hope this will offer us a way out. Without further delay, then, summon this Feo Ol, if you please. The chat mode and say, okay, use your keyboard and the saw, alright, to enter Feo Ol, to summon your pixie friend at the designated location. Alright, so here's our designated location. Alright. So, I need to make sure that my chat mode is in say, and then type in Feo Ol. The target is out of sight. A voice rings out in your mind. So, my sapling has finally remembered about her lovely branch. But with such a half-hearted call, she may as well lop me off and cast me aside. I have no sapling. Alright. The chat mode and say, enter please Feo Ol, I need you to summon your pixie friend. And it has to be entered in exactly as it's shown there. Alright, please. Comma. Feo Ol. Comma. I need you. Is that your idea of a fervent call? A sodden log could do it with more fire. Okay. Sorry, with the chat mode would say enter, O loveliest of branches, please grant me your succor to summon your pixie friend. Alright. I have to make sure that I don't misspell anything. Make sure we get the right commas in there. With an exclamation point at the end. There we go.
You're late! Late! I've been waiting for you to summon me ever since you came here. Waiting and waiting and waiting. But my sapling didn't so much as utter my name. Such a heartless thing she is. Cold and cruel and heartless!
Another self-important little brat. Just what we need.
Reminds me of my childhood.
All right, I'm sorry. It was a joke. Honestly, just a joke. But just now you called for me so earnestly, so fervently. I couldn't possibly stay angry at you. Very well. As your lovely branch, I will lend you my strength.
Well, well, well. If it isn't Theo Ool, the mold feel. It's been too long.
Not long enough for you to think of any new games, though, apparently. If I were you, I'd be bored of myself. Now let me make something clear. That mortal is mine. No matter what you do, she will never be yours. Never, never, ever!
Oh, not even a bit. But what about the others? Surely we can keep them.
No, you can't keep them either. They're for my amusement and mine alone. And if you lay so much as a finger on my sapling, I'll scatter the contents of her bag all over your precious village. There'll be cold, hard metal, furry, festering food, stinky, sweaty small clothes, and all manner of other terrible, unmentionable things. How would you like that, hmm?
All right. But will you not at least let us play with the twins? Just while the others go and see Eorzea?
Aye, that's all we ask. And we promise we'll play nicely.
It seems we won't be joining you.
Aye! We'll reveal the hidden Fernic to you at once.
So this is the true Ilmeg.
How are you feeling?
Better. I think I remember the way now.
Apologies for the delay. Shall we go and see Eorzea?
Your lovely branch is useful, yes? So whenever you're in trouble, you must remember to make use of me!
Alright, I'll take care of that, and that is a fairly accurate assessment of what's in my bag. Because who knows how long this food's been in here. Alright. Thancred. For Alphino and Alice's sake, let us be quick. It would be a shame to return only to find that they had been made to play one game too many. Now the place we seek is the abandoned manor of a nobleman and scholar. The Bookman's Shelves, it's called. Out of the fellow's vast collection of tomes. An agreeable habitat for our friend, I'm sure you'll agree. If we follow the path north, we should soon find the place. Come along. Alright, so we got rid of all of that haze everywhere, so we can actually finally see what this place really is supposed to look like. Alright. Now, there actually is one thing I want to do. We are about the end here, but I do actually want to do this side quest, and I think that this particular series of side quests I am actually going to show on screen, if this is what I think it is. Alright, Lad Ken. Lad Ken is gravely worried for a friend. Yes. Alright, help me, I beg you. My friend has gone to Pfizer Loran, a place we're told we must never set foot in. I thought about giving chase, but I'm scared that I'll run into that thing. But you're a big, brave woman. You're not scared of such things, are you? So please, find and bring back my friend. Ken Guf is their name, and if you hurry, you might catch them before they get to Pfizer Loran. Alright then. Let's go ahead and ride out there. Alright, there's our target. Aren't you one of Eorzea's friends? Have you business with me? Lad Ken is worried. Well, that's all well and good, but when someone tells me not to do something, it only makes me want to do it more. No one can stop me. Alright. Heedless of your warning, Ken Guf continues on in the direction of Pfizer Laran. If you find them again, perhaps you can still convince them to turn back. Let's try to avoid... Alright, here's our destination. Chat mode and say, use your keyboard to enter Ken Guf. Alright. If I can actually type this correctly. There we go. Squeal? It's a beaver-like creature, apparently. Though your beaver speak is a bit rusty, the creature appears to want milk. That's awfully specific. However, you see no signs of Ken Guf. You resign yourself to bearing the bad news to Lad Ken. Alright, well... go ahead and turn that back in. Now, if I recall correctly, this is going to be a multi-stage side quest. Alright, turn that in. You're back. Where's Ken Guf? Please tell me Ken Guf is alright. Well, we couldn't find them. Well, what? Against your warning, they went to Pfizer Laran, where you found only a strange animal? Then the tales were true. Oh, Ken Guf, why? Why didn't you listen? I'm so sorry. I shouldn't assume the worst yet. Maybe there's still hope. I just need to stay calm and think things through. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna keep on working on this. Alright, that thing you saw with your own eyes, yes? What did it look like? It looked like a giant beaver thing. The tales are indeed true. It was a giant beaver of legend. Those pixies who encounter it vanish, never to be seen. That's why we are strictly warned against going to Pfizer Laran. Yet though we know to fear the beaver, we know little and less about it. Whence did it come, and to what end does it make us disappear? The creature is shrouded in mystery. What could possibly be its desire? It wants milk, you say? That must be the tribute it demands, else more pixies will meet a terrible end. Mortal, as someone who not only understands the beaver, but survived an encounter with it besides, I would ask another favor of you. Out in the pastures, you'll find a shepherd named Uin Hagen. I want you to go and ask them for milk, then make an offering of it to the beaver. Hopefully this will suffice to appease its hunger for pixies. Alright. Apparently this one herds sheep? Well now, what does a mortal want with me? Of course, here's the milk. Incidentally, it's Ken Gyuf's favorite thing. Where in the world could they have disappeared to? Receive a bottle of sheep's milk. Alright then. Ride back out there and give the giant beaver some milk. There it is. It seems to be saying, give me milk. Alright, here it is. It seems to be saying, I love milk, thank you. It seems to be saying, I hit a beautiful marble in the stump of a tree by the lake. Let Uinhagen know that it's theirs, a token of my thanks. Wow, that is awfully specific that we were able to determine that from its squeaks. Alright, well, let's speak with Uinhagen. Oh, it's you again? What is it? Truly? Huzzah, huzzah! I've always wanted a marble. I'll go and collect it at once. Uinhagen flies off happily. Alright then. Let's go report to Lad Ken. Welcome back. So how did you fare? What? No, this can't be happening. I'm sorry, it's not your fault. You did as I asked, and for that you have my thanks. It's just... Okay. We'll go ahead and accept the next quest in the chain. This is not the time for tears. If we hurry, we might still prevent the unthinkable from coming to pass. You see, the marble, it was Ken Gyuf's treasure, and Uinhagen had always wanted one like it. Now, Uinhagen went to collect the marble near the lake. Yes, I will give chase and try to find them. Meanwhile, I need you to return to Pfizer the Run to see if there's any change with the beaver. Afterwards, let us meet at the stables yonder. Alright, so back there. Now there are 2 giant beavers. Alright, it seems to be saying the marble is pretty, thank you. And this one, it seems to be saying I love milk, thank you. Huh. Well. That's interesting. Alright, we need to speak with Lad Ken. In the stables here. As try as I might, I couldn't find Uinhagen. What of the beaver? What? Uinhagen too? It's my fault. It's all my fault. No, it's the beaver. That's to blame. It's all that accursed creature's doing. I'm going to teach it a lesson it'll never forget. Like him flies off in the direction of Faizalan. You can't help but have a bad feeling about this. The chat mode and say, use your keyboard or the song. Okay, to call out for Lad Ken. Okay. Alright, back out there once more. And now there's 3 of them. Alright, it seems to be saying, I found my friends, thank you. Seek out Niyis. They will give you a reward in my stead. If Niyis proves uncooperative, however, tell them I've hidden my lovely pair of shoes inside the roof. Okay. It looks like the 3 pixies have been turned into beavers. Alright, so I guess we'll find Niyis there and get our reward for this quest. And we'll probably call it a day there. And then we will go meet with Eorzea next episode. And I'll, of course, take care of the other side quests and finding ether currents, doing fates, all that stuff on my own. Alright. I was like, you want to play, do you? Is that so? Well, it's not to do with me. I don't owe you anything. If you want a reward, you must play with me first. It's only fair. Let's see now. Yes, a couple of years ought to do it. Truly. Oh, those shoes are the loveliest. When Lad Ken flaunted them, it made me so jealous. To think they'll be mine now. There's a little something by way of a thanks. With that, I'm off to collect my shoes. Alright, there we go. So, we'll go ahead and stop here for now. And then we'll pick this back up when we return. So thank you for watching. Go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.